We speak, the Asian markets are off the highs.
Buy and buy more on dips. That's the strategy which has worked.
At one stage, emerging markets were down 10, 15% against developed markets. This is no longer the case.
Move by the Maharashtra government, which is very, very welcome and very needed.
Centre is saying, look, we have to come up with a decision jointly. It cannot be through the Consolidated Fund of India. They have made that absolutely clear.
Markets running off over the 11,600 mark.
After the debate yesterday on the GST compensation, I think the mood is somber in the market that whether the rate cut will actually happen.
Seeing a demand in consumer durable sector.
Even though, the growth trajectory has gotten a bit wobbly because of COVID, I think the long-term structural growth story of India is still intact.
Post-pandemic phase, then only there has to be a very calibrated, non-disruptive and cautious exit plan.
Now it's higher for the fifth consecutive day and at the 11,600 mark.
Sources say that there is no consensus as of now on the issue of states resorting to borrowing to meet the shortfall.
Market is doing just fine. It's up 25, which means it's off the highs.
Yeah, off the highs if you look at the day's trade, but really not off the highs if you look at the market from a 1 month point of view. It's been a stunning rally and that's continued, especially on the Bank Nifty, where we are once again up about 200 points. Let's see what the expiry hour brings for us. Surbhi is joining me from her home today. Surbhi, hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Anuj. Well, yes, it's always nice to sit right there in the studios, right? Easier that way. But anyway, I mean, for today, I just want to go back to the morning commentary. And you made that point very, very emphatically that this remains a market where you look out for the dips and then perhaps ride the next, couple of, points forward. So what's the take on today's action? Today, global markets have also been largely muddled, but we've had this big bank rally that you're speaking of. So what's your sense on how things have progressed? And the bank rally, by the way, mind you, without HDFC Bank participating today.
Yes, I know that's been the irritant today, HDFC Bank, and perhaps you can throw in a Kotak as well. Now, Surbhi, just ask yourself, if you are someone who has shorted this market at any point, then what would be your last hour call? You would want to cover, right? So normally trending series like this end at the highest point. So perhaps there's still some room for that last 3 p.m. move for the market. Of course, because it's been such a strong move going forward, the market perhaps will face some kind of congestion at higher levels. But if you buy and just forget, this is a market which has made you a lot of money. And really the story of the last week has been the catch up of the Bank Nifty. That's really played big catch up. In fact, this month, the Bank Nifty, which just till about 10 days back was underperforming, has now outperformed massively compared to the Nifty. That's the 1 month chart of the Bank Nifty. And as you can see on the screen, it's starting to outperform. Now, in between, you've seen this big decline just at the start of that August series. So that clearly stands out. The market breadth has started to perhaps worsen a little bit. So just keep one eye on that. The broader market has had a stunning rally. This month, the small cap index is up 17%. I think it would be healthy for the market if the market was to take perhaps some kind of a breather, some kind of a pause, especially in the broader market. This kind of small cap move is not healthy. You can throw in any argument, but 16% move in 1 month for a small cap index is not healthy because that has its own follow through factors, kind of investors that come in, then the kind of stocks that start to rally. That always is a bit of a bother. But as of now, the party is intact, of course. Let's see what the last hour brings for us. But the message has been clear that at least on the index, you got to buy every dip.
Okay, well, absolutely. It has been indeed a stunning move in the broader markets. Today is not that day, but there's a lot to discuss as always. So let's get started. Here is what is lined up on Closing Bell today. Quiet gains coming in for the benchmark indices. They are off the lowest point of the day, just about 0.2% higher on the Sensex and the Nifty. It's the Bank Nifty that's outperforming quite a bit with gains of nearly 1%. We will discuss all of these trends and, of course, the day's important newsmakers with our fundamental experts. SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com, independent market expert Amrish Baliga, and Kunj Bansal of the Sarathi Group. Now, the August F&O series draws to a close, and it's been quite a series for the bulls. What to expect from September? What are the positions to perhaps consider? Manoj Muralidharan of Religare joins in for that. Now, what is the view going forward? And today we bring you one more voice from the Motilal Oswal conference. So what's the call? What is the investment mood like? Which are the sectors perhaps that could continue to shine even with the markets being at these levels? We get chatting with Mihir Kothari, Head of Sales at Motilal Oswal Institutional Equities. And we have a special new lineup on the show. We take a deep dive into the stock of the day in Stock 360 and get you an insight into dealing rooms and the tidbits around buzzing stocks in our segment D Street Chatter. So watch out for all of those specials. And of course, not taking away from the last hour trades at all. We have our experts lined up, Ashwini and Mitesh, on that to kick things off.
And of course, we'll revisit trends